Social marketing is really fun, but it can also be really overwhelming. Whether you're using social media or relationship marketing, whether you're using digital marketing techniques to connect with your audience, social selling itself, the interaction you have with your customers can totally feel overwhelming. Whether you're feeling overwhelmed by the number of people you are connecting with or trying to juggle and manage all of those relationships and remember all of the different details about each person you're interacting with, or you're feeling the overwhelm from having to show up and create valuable content on a regular basis, I get it. That's why we're going to talk about this today. Hey, I'm Molly from Visibility Hacking Studios, and in today's video, I'm going to show you why you can't be everywhere at once. We'll talk about planning for social success and what to do when the trolls come out. So if you want to build deeper relationships with your customers, you want to have those better connections where you're not focusing on the transaction, you're instead focusing on the connections you have with your community, then definitely stay tuned to this. So whether you're dipping your toe into social selling for the first time or you're looking for better strategies so you can work more efficiently, today we're going to talk about social selling in a way that's going to help you implement all of these so you can stop focusing on the transactions and start focusing on the connections. When it comes to social selling, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got was stop trying to be everywhere at once. That hit me hard when I heard it because I was of this mentality that in order to stay relevant on social platforms, you need to constantly be creating content. You need to be there always. You can't take a break. You have to keep showing up because consistency is key, right? But what I didn't recognize was that I was spreading my efforts around trying to be on all of these different platforms rather than focusing all of my attention into one platform. I know, I thought, well, the big brands are on every platform, so that's what I should be mimicking. Yeah, no, you want to focus on one platform so that you can really build your community. From there, once you have a following, then we can expand. But we want to find where our customers are first. We want to meet them where they are, create content for them where they are, and then it'll be an easier process to get them from platform to platform because it's way easier to grow an audience than it is to build one from scratch. Which brings us to our question of the day. What platform are you focusing on? Where are you putting your energy and efforts? And if you're one of those who is focusing on way too many platforms, let's take this opportunity to claim the one you're going to focus on for the next month. The one platform you're going to put all of your energy in. Take that opportunity. Let us know down in the comments. I've probably said this 100 times on this channel before. If you fail to plan, you're just planning on failing. And the same thing is true when it comes to social selling, when it comes to using digital media, social platforms, creating content for the sake of connection. It all matters. When you plan out your content and what you're going to be talking about, it makes it feel less like you're treading water and trying to keep your head above water. In the visibility hacking world, we follow a process called the year of content planning, where you're coming up with the different themes and ideas that make up your entire brand, all of the information you'd want to share with your audience. And it gives you a really nice kind of outline to follow. It's enough of a structure that you're never trying to scramble for a new idea, but it's also flexible enough that as trends change, you're able to jump on those trends. But you know that all of your topics are already laid out, so you can start planning months in advance if you have a special guest, for example. But bottom line, what I want you to take away from this is that you have to start planning your content. Think in advance of what topics your people want to hear from you. One of the great content creators I follow has this process. He does a lot of Q&A type videos where he's answering different questions. And what he does is he collects he collects all of the questions that people submit, and he just adds them to this giant list. So on a weekly basis, when he goes to answer those questions, he just starts at the top of the list and works his way down. As people ask more questions, they get added to the list, and he keeps, again, working his way down. Within his structure, he knows that every week he has one Q&A video, and it lasts about 45 minutes to an hour long. And he packs in as many questions as he possibly can. That's the simplest structure you could possibly follow. So as long as you have some sort of a plan, then you're on your way to success. If you want more tips, tricks, and strategies to help you reach social selling success, then hit the subscribe button and join us here on the channel. Now we got to talk about negativity, because the reality is when you share your stories, when you share your brand online, there will always be people who have some strange reactionary comment, something negative to say, and knowing how to handle that is half of the battle. As you produce more and more content, you will ultimately find that there are more wrong fit people who are coming across your content. And of course, they have to share their opinion with you. So I want you to realize that when people unsubscribe from your channel, or they remove themselves from your group, or they unfriend you on social, it's not a bad thing. They're self-qualifying. They're recognizing that this is not the content for them, this is not the relationship they want to have, and so they're just quietly stepping away. Every time someone unsubscribes to me, I actually get a little bit excited, because it means that we're one step closer to a more niche down, more connected community. But we do also have to have a discussion about certain types of comments and how to react to those comments, because you don't always want to leave them unattended. Recently, I got a comment that told me to back off. It was rather polite, but it literally told me to back off without any more context. And I couldn't help but laugh. First off, they referred to me as ma'am, and then they told me to back off. Like, excuse me, if you don't like what I'm talking about, then go to someone else's channel, watch someone else's content, because I'm busy focusing on creating value for the people who do want to hear what I have to say. So heck, if you need to, show us your crazy comments. Let us know what the craziest comments people have written. What kind of ridiculous stuff have people had to share with you? Let us know down in the comments, because that's a conversation I'd love to have. And if you want to learn more about implementing relationship marketing, really connecting with your audience in a way that isn't about the transaction and is more about that connection and that community that you can build, then I recommend you check out our relationship marketing playlist. I'll link it above. I'll link it on the cards at the end as well, so that you can learn more about what we like to say, creating content for the sake of connection. In social platforms, it becomes way too easy for us to get into this groove of creating content for the sake of content, just to show up, just to be there in the algorithm. And what happens is we unfortunately start creating content that is of no value, that is just noise for the sake of noise. So if you want to move that away and you want to create better content, you want to learn about using relationship marketing for your small business, then check out that playlist. I will see you again in our next video. And until I do, remember, I love you, be excellent to each other, and just go live, because your people are out there and they're waiting for you.